He's got a little coat.
Okay, we'll begin, right? So, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. And I thought maybe I wanted to actually start off with the inhumane act that seems to be kind of sweeping the broadcast echo chambers. The assassination of a young guy in his 30s simply because you didn't agree with his opinion. And as hard as it is to see a father of two speaking his own truth, whatever that may be, and someone feels that they're so aggrieved by that truth, it's worth destroying them. But life is really interesting. And in that, there is much life. So that one act has now spread like a wave. And this wave is a wave which provokes compassion in others. Some of them, it invokes some kind of pleasure that their opinion, the one who challenged their opinion, has been destroyed. The mirror has been destroyed. Because that's all it is. Someone who speaks their opinion is just a mirror. Whether you agree with it or disagree with it makes no difference. Actually makes no difference. And to make our opinions so certain that they become an act. And that's true for our health as well. It's true for how we live. If you don't see, so the question Simon asked today was, how do you define the soul? And does this thing exist in animals? And those individuals who have had animals, whether they're dogs, cats, whatever it is, horses, elephants, whatever, will know that there's a connection with them. And that connection is beyond words. It's beyond words. Now, the question we want to ask ourselves is such an act a mirror to our soul? Does it open us to ourselves? Where do we stand when we see such a heinous act? Don't need to condemn the person who's done it, not done it, but where do we stand with our own opinions? And the fact that you have an opinion doesn't make it correct. You know, I can have an opinion that the fire shouldn't burn me, but it's not experiential. And we are coming to that apex. And earlier on, we spoke about how suffering becomes your medicine, how it awakens you. It awakens you to something about you. All suffering does. Whether it's a broken ankle and how quickly you recover, or whether it's a lingering cold. Your mind plays a huge role in that process, a huge role. So when we look at what's been going on, and as hard as it is to see the inhumane act, that's just one individual. We don't want to look at what's going on in the Middle East. And that's just one individual. And so we're coming to that point where this is going to become unbearable. How much will you tolerate? Until the collective consciousness shifts. And it'll only shift with drop by drop. We all need to begin our journey wherever we may be. And now meditation, as I've always been saying, that it's been evolving from a luxury to essential. Why? Because it's the only place you're going to get a bit of peace. There's no other peace out there. And there won't be any peace. Doesn't matter where you look for it. You can look for it in religions, you can look at it in politicians, in celebrities, in influencers. The whole thing is corrupt to its core. To its core. Either you're part of it or you're not. And this is where humanity is being brought. Questioning our reality. Questioning our reality. And all the reality you think you know today, you were certain about a reality 10 years ago. You were certain about a reality pre-COVID. You were certain about a reality 12 months ago. And everything feels now a little bit shaky. And this is the emergence where a particular worldview that has been created, you have all been educated in it, it is maintained, and it's reinforced. Created, maintained, reinforced. And this is how it works. Now, once you see it for what it is, you can't unsee it. And it's the same stuff the religious lot use, the politicians use, the medics use. It's the same system. Leeching of humanity. So if we think we have a migrant problem now, which is interesting, bearing in mind that most of these individuals who happen to be now coming onto shores are the same individuals who witnessed their parents being obliterated in Iran, Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Afghanistan. For what? What was achieved? Time when karma comes back. And this is karma. We're starting to now realize what it means when your stability and security is shaken. And that's all that's happening. No one's bombing you. You can get bread, you can get water. So these realities have to be faced now. Not because I'm telling you, because they're in your face. And either we ignore them and live in ignorance, and then we are accomplices, or we see them and turn our back to them. Turn our back to them. Because everything feeds off energy. Whether you do it 5 times a day or whether you do it once a day. Wherever you put your focus, gives it energy. It's a fractal. Becomes more and more powerful. So at the moment, the energy is on this disaster, this assassination. But the positive view is that it should invoke compassion in me. Because if that act has invoked compassion in me, I get to know what it means to be human. And that same thing that exists in you, that tells you that you are a human, or you are, not you're a human, you are, called awareness, is the same thing that's in a bird, a cat, a dog, an amoeba, an earthworm. So if you define your soul as the unreducible, that which cannot be reduced anymore, the only thing that cannot be reduced as your experience right this moment is your awareness. Because anything you have awareness of, whether it's this, whether it's me, whether it's my voice, whether it's your thoughts, whether it's your emotions, whether it's your pain, it ain't you. It's something you have awareness of. So we are now moving into not what we are looking at, but the one who is observing, the observer, the witness, Chetana. And this Chetana is no different from the ocean and the wave. That's the metaphor. You came out of nothing, you're going to go into nothing. And that nothing is the ocean of consciousness. Whether you accept it or not makes no difference. It's the reality of what is. You had no choice. No one asked you, do you want some eyes? What color would you like them? No one. Not your choice, my friends. So now we are also learning about the unfolding nature of existence. It's in charge of itself. It's in charge of itself. It knows what it's doing. It has an intelligence behind it, whatever you may call it. But it's within the creation itself. It's within you and me. Because only you can change yourself. No one else can. And all these events that are going around, either you change with them, you see them. So there are three types of people normally. Those who see a massive hole in front of them and they will still walk towards it. Those who see the hole and they are smart enough and they avoid the hole. And there are those who see others fall in the hole and say, no, I'm not going to go there. Make your choice. Which part do you want to be part of? So, meditation allows us to have that peace, but also separate us from these attachments. Because these attachments are your source of your suffering, whatever it is. Whether it's to your house, to your dog, to your cat, to your religion. Because this is what this human man, this individual is. They were attached to a belief that they are right, and if someone else tells them another opinion, they have to kill them. It's insane. But there are just different shades of that on your high street right now. Just different shades of it. Same virus. Divide and rule, divide and rule, divide and rule. We're simply coming to now understand, hey, look, it was okay when it was happening with others, but now it's happening on my doorstep. Where do I stand? What do I do? So don't fall in this trap of duality, which is what the mind is. This is right and this is wrong. Don't fall into other people's opinion. Your heart knows what's right. When people saw that, those who weren't interested in politics were saying, oh man, this is wrong. Well, how did they know? How do you know it's wrong when a child is being injured? How do you know? How do you know when an animal is suffering? How do you know? You're pre-programmed to it. Can't avoid it. Pre-programmed to it. That's how existence operates. You know, they say God is love. It's the existence is compassion. Takes care of it. But in that taking care of, we also have to see it for what it is, not believe what we've been told or conditioned into. And meditation is the pill. So you need wisdom, gyan, that's the road, that's the route, and you need a method of travel, which is the meditation. Can't have one without the other. Need both of them. So you know that how to walk this path. And this path is not to a particular thing, it's to you. Just to know who you are by knowing what you're not. Yeah. Okay, enough of my rant. Let's go for our meditation. So there are three in the Hindu, there's an eightfold path, it's called. 8 limbs, I think it's called. And the last three are the important ones, right? And the first one is withdrawal of senses. The second one is a stage. Second stage is awareness, dhyan. Dhyan means awareness, cultivating awareness, just becoming aware of something, right? You can become aware of a sound within yourself, that's called mantra meditation, or you can become aware of your breath, which is the easiest way to begin. And one of the, perhaps the best way to go in. And the third is samadhi. And samadhi doesn't necessarily mean like a great state. It just means where sama, time, becomes a little bit less defined, right? Time becomes, so there's a level of timelessness. So there are three stages. And in that timelessness space, it has other qualities like silence, stillness, etc., which you develop over time. or sometimes you have it as you go along. But in that, there's a lot going on, even though it's empty. Yeah, but there's a lot in that. So as you mature in your meditation, that samadhi, that satori, samadhi, the stories are like glimpses. It opens more and more. It becomes more and more expansive. Hence, meditation is about depth, not just about a horizontal moving. Okay, so as usual, we'll begin with our posture. And you're simply going to just pull your shoulders back. Make sure your back is straight and upright. And you're going to bring your chin in slightly so you feel, you can sense the back of your neck stretching. Make sure your shoulders are a little bit loose and they're not hunched. So pull them back slightly. And then as you draw your next breath in, you're going to bring your focus to your body as best as you can. And as you bring your focus to your body, you're going to look at your posture or observe your posture. Notice where the body is. How does it feel? Is your back straight or upright, should I say? And is there any discomfort in the body itself? And that could be a pain, it could be an ache, a tightness, an itch. Okay. Okay, now we're going to set our intention, right? So you're going to make a commitment to yourself that for the next few minutes, all you're going to do is simply focus on yourself as best as you can. Yeah? Not to get into a state or anything like that, but just simply focus up on yourself. And you've just done this with your body. And now if you bring your focus towards your eyes, you will notice that there is a field of vision. In other words, you can see something. It may be just darkness, but you have awareness of it. So what do you have awareness of within your field of vision? Next, you're going to bring your focus towards your towards your ears, and begin to listen to the sounds around you. So you're not looking for a particular sound, you're just listening. Just the fact that you got the capacity to listen. Next, you're going to bring your focus beneath your nose and begin to watch your breath. And as you watch your breath, notice if there's a fragrance with it. And now bringing your focus towards your mouth, moving it within your mouth. And notice if there's a taste. And now if you bring your focus to the top of your head, imagine there's a hula hoop there. And as this hoop comes down, it begins to scan your body. Remember your intention. You want to notice what's going on with yourself. So right from the top of your head, begin to move down. All the way down. And once again, as you draw your next breath in, bring your focus to your body as best as you can. You want to notice if there's anything that draws your focus. So it could be a tightness, an ache, a pain, an itch. And if you notice anything, notice where it is, not necessarily what it is. Next, you're going to bring your focus now to the seat you're on. And you notice that there are sensations where the seat makes contact with your body. Just focus on those sensations. And then from those sensations, you bring your focus upwards, so you become aware of your hips, making sure you don't neglect any part of your body, noticing any sensations, any pain, any ache. And then from your hips, you move down your thighs towards your knees. A thorough body scan. And then from your knees, allow this awareness to move down, scanning the back of your legs and then the front. From your ankles, moving to your feet. And then from your feet, moving to the soles of your feet. And here you're going to hold your focus there for a short while. Next breath in, bring your focus back to the seat you're on. And this time you're going to notice how the chair, the seat holds you in place. And how the ground beneath you holds you in place. And allow your body to soften a bit, knowing that you're held. In fact, you're not just held, you're embedded in the present moment. And then notice that your back is upright, and you're going to slowly bring your focus up from your lower back to your middle back. From your middle back, you bring it up towards your shoulder blades. And then notice your shoulders. See if you can soften them. Allow yourself to unburden yourself. And then begin to move your focus down towards your elbows. From your elbows to your wrists. Notice the hands. And notice the fingers on your hands. Next breath in, bring your focus to your eyes again. And once again, begin to notice what you can observe. It may just be darkness, or the back of your eyelids, maybe patterns. Recognize the observer, that which cannot be switched off. And then as you breathe out, you allow your eyes to soften. And with your next breath in, you bring your foot towards your lips. You're going to scan your upper lip if you can. Scan your lower lip. Moving your focus within your mouth. Notice the sensations within your mouth. The roof of your mouth. Inside cheeks. Notice your tongue. Allow it to soften. And then as you breathe out, you allow your face to soften. Next breath in, once again, become aware of your body as best as you can. And again, notice how the body feels within itself. Is there a pain, an ache, a tightness, an itch, a discomfort? And then when you're ready, bringing your focus just beneath your nose and begin to watch your breath. Bring your focus with a little bit of effort, allowing the breath to breathe by itself. And all you're doing is just watching. Stay with your breath. Notice your in-breath has a start and an end, and your out-breath has a start and an end. Notice if your breath feels fast or if it feels slow. Stay with your breath. Does your breath feel cool or does it feel warm? Remember your intention, wanting to find out exactly what's going on with you right now. Does your breath feel fast or does it feel slow? Stay with your breath. Does your breath flow smoothly? Stay with your breath. See if there's a sound to your breath. Simply getting deeper and deeper into the breath. Stay with your breath. How does your breath flow? And now, on your next breath in, you're going to bring your focus to yourself, within yourself. Notice how you're feeling, and notice if there are any thoughts on your mind. Gently moving your focus towards your chest, and begin to notice the movement of your chest in rhythm with your breath. Notice the chest rising as the breath moves in, and as the chest relaxes, the breath moves out. Stay with your chest. Notice how the chest moves forward as the breath moves in, and how you relax and the breath moves out. The subtle sensations around your ribs. See if you can notice that. And now, if you just draw your focus a bit deeper into yourself, right where your heart is, and you're going to see if you can hold your awareness there, focused where your heart is. And as you hold your focus there, begin to notice how you're actually feeling right now. Just in this moment right now. Do you feel peaceful, comfortable, agitated, uncomfortable? Is there an absence of suffering? Does it feel calm or does it feel erratic? Do you feel settled or do you feel unsettled? Right this moment right now. And on your next breath out, you're going to once again just open your awareness to all the sounds around you and begin to listen. Moving from your heart, expanding your awareness, listening to any sound that may be around you. Listening. Bring your focus to your experience as best as you can. If it feels silent, focus on the silence. If it feels peaceful, focus on the peace. When you're ready, bring your focus to your breath again, and once again sitting with your breath in silence. And on your next breath out, you're going to expand your focus to include your body once again. And again, notice your posture. Notice if there's any discomfort in the body. And then gently bringing focus back into the body, bring your focus to the seat you're on. And again, notice how you're held in place. Sensations where the body makes contact with your seat. Moving your focus up from those sensations to your hips. Moving down your thighs towards your knees. Slowly allowing this awareness to drift behind, scanning the back and the front of your legs towards your ankles. And then notice your feet. Moving to the soles of your feet. Next breath in, bring your focus back to the seat you're on. Notice your back is straight and upright. Shoulders, arms, hands are comfortable. Your eyes are still closed, your mouth is still closed, and your face is relaxed. Bringing your focus beneath your nose again. And now, as the breath moves in, you can sense your body. As the breath moves out, you can sense your body. Slowly bringing awareness back into yourself. Breathing in, you feel peaceful. Breathing out, you feel peaceful. Breathing in, sense your body. Breathing out, you can sense your body. Notice how you feel within yourself. Notice how the body feels. And now just the intention to smile. Just the intention to smile. When you hear the next bell, use this bell to draw some slow, deep breaths in, and in your own good time, gently open your eyes. Take your time.